that power the characters are all Disney characters.
How do you like City of Mist? Because I really want to try it, but I haven't gotten to yet.
I love it. It's not everything, not a perfect system. Nothing
Right.
is. I actually had a player quit my game because he didn't like the mechanics. Like, we've played games for years and years, but he did not like the mechanics because a lot of it is like permission, kind of. Because it's a lot of asking the GM, "Can I use this tag?"
Yeah, it's powered by the Apocalypse. I know that much because I'm a huge fan of that system.
So it's sort of powered by the Apocalypse, but what's interesting is that it doesn't have any stats. I describe it as like a mix between powered by the Apocalypse and Fate.
Okay.
So instead of stats, you just have Fate tags. You have aspects, and you tag those aspects to roll. I think it's great if you're looking. I like the very, very crunchy nature of D&D. I like the very, very perfect for every nature. I really like City of Mist for like a non-crunchy kind of game.
Okay.
Okay, we are now streaming, and so welcome. This is my first ever Kids on Broom adventure. I am Mastermind GM Laura. We also have another GM here, Arthur, who also runs games for Mastermind GMs, and we have some of my friends. If you guys want to, like, plug yourselves, anything you do, let everyone know.
Who wants to go first?
After you.
Sure. Hi, my name is Alex. Today I'll be playing Marcus, and you can find me on all my social media at Next Nocturnum. I just started making dice, so that is going to be all of my Instagram as of recently, and for the future. So we'll see how all that project turns out. But yeah, so you can find me at Next Nocturnum on all my socials.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'll be playing Joshua. I do some tabletop RPG stuff. You can find me on Twitter at magic_lander. You can also check out a board game that I'm working on getting published. You can find it Cheating Death on Facebook, or I believe at Death the Game on Twitter. And if you follow me, you can expect to see some weird homebrew stuff for Dungeons and Dragons that I've been working on. And I'm really excited to check out Alex's dice.
I've made 4 sets already, got a 5th in the pressure pot right now.
Very, very cool.
And I'm Arthur. I'll be playing Anthony today. And yeah, as Laura said, I'm also a GM for Mastermind Adventures, but I forgot my witch hat, so I will not be the GM today. Yeah, you can find me there. I don't have a Twitter because I don't understand how Twitter works.
My name is Tony. I'll be playing Hagel today, and I am a beard balm, lip balm, lotion bar maker. We actually have a tabletop-inspired brand of balms up right now at a place called Plus One Experience, which is the primary brand that we operate underneath. You can find us at Plus One Experience on any social media platform. I also do game design, which goes right underneath that same thing. And our first game, it's a tabletop RPG called Beards and Beyond, is up right now. And we've got another storytelling game in the works. But any of that's at Plus One EXP, and I'm at Tony Vicinda on pretty much anything.
Yep, and I'll do my plug. I'm Laura Erwin. I'm a Mastermind GM. I also make board games. My board game is Potions, Please. Love witches, as you can see by Kids on Brooms. And my website is Laura Erwin Designing Games, and you can look at Potions, Please there. Okay.
Potions, Please is a lot of fun. I will say that.
Okay, so you are all students at Arcane Academy, the prestigious school of magic. So tonight is the night of the Halloween ball. You're going to start by going through your class day, your last class of the day, and then we're going to move on to the Halloween ball. But first, let's introduce ourselves and let's get to know each other's characters. So, who wants to start talking about their character?
preferably not me. I got the least known.
Sure. Let me know if I miss anything that you need to know. My character's name is Joshua. His pronouns are he, him. He's 17, so he's an upperclassman. And I'll be playing the trope Golden Child. Both my parents are very prestigious wizards working in the wizard government, but I don't want anything to do with that. I want to live in the Muggle world as a Muggle carpenter, and I'm just getting through school so that they're happy, and then try and get out of here. I've got a cherry wand with an iridescent core, so kind of focus on charm. And I actually have a broom that I built myself out of a kit. So it's not clean, it's not super well finished, but it's sturdy.
Nice. I can go next. My character's name is Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain Jr. specifically. My father, Senior. My family is a very kind of bad wizard family. They're very known to be very like rich and mean and snooty. And I was all with that, and then I kind of went too far, and I realized that this is not what I want to be. So I'm trying to reclaim my family name, mostly getting famous through sports because it's the only thing I'm really good at. Not too bright. I'm the daring athlete trope. And my wand is also cherry, but my core is air for two reasons. One, because I saw that there was an option, and I was like, that's amazing, I've got to try that. And also because it's very similar to my character, where his core is a little airy.
My character is Hegel. It's not a straight trope. He's an exchange student from the underground university. He's a half dwarf, so he's about 5'3", but he's broad-shouldered and has a full beard, long black hair, and is oftentimes mistaken for being a very short adult because he just looks a little bit older. He kind of stands out because he doesn't necessarily wear the uniform of the Arcane Academy. He's there in kind of a work exchange program for Professor Rotundi, who teaches advanced wards here at the Arcane Academy.
That leaves me, I guess. So my name's Marcus. I come from a family that doesn't have the best reputation, let's say. Dabbles in magics that probably aren't considered great, or not great, but maybe a little bit more on the taboo side. So trying to show that it's not all bad and try to redeem the family's name. I'm playing the Unlikely Allies, so that kind of fits into that, where it's maybe not really one person you want to associate yourself with, but we'll get through it. The wood I have is ironwood for grit, because the type of magics we want to do, you kind of have to have a good soul, good heart, good grit to get through it. But I've changeling's hair as my core because I kind of like going down that charm route, trying to going down illusions, and also I like charms in general, charms, curses, breaking that stuff. You got to know how to use it or you got to know how it works in order to break it. So that's the core.
Okay, so now that we know everyone's character, I guess we can start getting into relationships. Kids on Broom is a little bit different of an RPG, as you're kind of building the world around you. I built the school just so that everyone has that. But how do you guys want to know each other? I can also we're all going to start in potions class together, so you can all just be classmates in the same class, unless you have any specific things that you want to pair up with.
Marcus actually seems like the kind of person that Joshua would want to hang out with for two reasons. One, you're really interested in illusions in terms of like knowing how things work, and Joshua as someone who's trying to kind of migrate into the non-magical world. I don't know if we're allowed to use the other word.
I'd stray away from it.
The other trying to transition into the mundane world is someone who studies a lot of how things are physically put together and how things work, which also makes him kind of focus on illusions. Although the fact that Marcus's family doesn't have a great reputation probably pisses off Josh's parents, and that's also something that he can get behind.
I'm with it. I like it.
I feel like similarly, I feel like maybe Marcus and Anthony's parents tried to get them together because they're like, oh, we're both very good families that we should stick together. And we're both like, I don't want to hang out with you. Your parents suck. And I'm like, yeah, well, your parents suck. Your parents do suck. Wait, my parents suck. Wait a minute. We should be friends.
I am super on board.
And similar to that, I think Anthony definitely like, I don't know if we're friends, but I feel like Anthony helps out Higgle a lot, like kind of in that weird aggressive way where it's like, why are you trying to be nice to me? And it's because like I think maybe Anthony's family is not the nicest to dwarves, so he's like, oh, I've got to help out. Oh, a dwarf, I've got to be really nice to you because family shame and all that.
No, I think that's great. Hegel is definitely basically quieted in the background a lot of the time. Like he'll talk if anybody comes up to talk to him, but he very rarely pursues like external relationships. So having somebody who is aggressively trying to help him is pretty much the way that people would interact with him. I think he kind of has kind of tries to stay away from Marcus a little bit, not just because a lot of people have an impression of the underground university that's where a lot of evil wizards come from, and he's just worried about drafting on that reputation initially, and so it might gravitate towards Joshua a little bit more, even though Joshua probably may or may not appreciate that because he would view Joshua as a good and safe option.
Sorry, are you guys all upperclassmen?
I'm upper.
I'm upper.
Okay.
You guys are all ready to go to like Wizard University. Just like getting out there.
I'm going to a carpet. I'm going to a trade school in New Jersey.
Heck yeah!
Nice.
Sorry, I'm from New Jersey, and I like that. But also, a carpenter, like both of those things, I separately love very much. So, like the fact that you're like, I'm going to a trade school that's for carpentry in New Jersey. I'm just like that.
I love it.
Okay, so we're going to start you guys out with, at Arcane Academy, they are especially known for their potions, and their potions class is run by Professor Nightshade. She is a complete baddie. She has like long purple hair, a great smoky eye, long wizard robes, but she's tough as nails. She is going to grade you so harshly, but she's fair, you know. And she kind of greets the class and she goes, hello, students. I know this is the last session of the day and you are all anxiously waiting to get to the Halloween ball. But first, you're going to have to take this exam in potions making. And I'll split you up into groups. Joshua, Hegel, Marcus, and Anthony, you'll be a group. I'm going to need you to make a... And she kind of thinks about it. Kind of thinks about like what type of spell be good. Some of you are illusionists. That would probably work with that. She goes, a shapeshifter potion. Show me how you would make one. And she kind of brings you over to a table. It has all sorts of ingredients in it and a cauldron. And now you guys are going to have to try to figure out what to do.
Great.
Okay, so I'd like to not magic, not even touching the ingredients yet, just digging right into the textbook. I assume this is an open book exam.
Yes.
Okay.
Lord, I hope.
I mean, I guess it's just like less narratively interesting to see me sit down and close my eyes and think really hard about like, all right, shape-shifting potions. But I've got a pretty good memory, and I'm pretty comfortable knowing like where the pages are and what exactly I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah, so
Make
you...
a shifting potion into a T-Rex.
Oh my god, I love it, yes. Completely shapeshift your... would it be yourself? Are you shapeshifting yourself into a T-Rex?
Whoever
Oh, wait,
drinks them.
who's got a familiar?
I've got my mongoose, so
I've got a snake. Yeah.
Ooh, I was gonna say turn them into teeny tiny T-Rexes.
so,
I'm here for this.
while Joshua is looking for the page in the textbook really quickly, I'm going to pull out my own book of like notes that's in my shorthand and flip to the page on shapeshifting and stuff really quickly.
I want to start trying to identify what ingredients we have in front of us.
Okay, awesome. So you start identifying the ingredients. You have some wormwood, you have some mandrake root, you have some feathers, some fangs, some newt's eyes. Usually the like standard items for potion making class.
Okay.
Okay, so
I let the group know this is what we have in front of us. Knowing this professor, it's probably not all useful. There's some things in here to throw us off kilter.
Oh, definitely. All right. Should I go ahead and roll?
sure. Let's see how well you find your spell.
So this is brain.
Yes.
Okay. What's the difficulty on this?
I'll let you know. Okay. Let's see. It's a
Oh,
pretty
boy.
like medium difficulty. It's not too hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, how bad could you screw up a book?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh my god, I'm like,
Oh, oh my god! I watched that like sit on the 10, and I go, "Oh, that's how bad."
Okay, so you looking through the book, you turn directly to the page that you need, and it says you have to use newt's eye, wormwood, like just a little shaving of wormwood, just the center of the newt's eye, and you're gonna have to stir it in with oil 3 times.
Okay. Marcus and I have definitely buddied up in class before, so I'm reading out the ingredients as to him.
Yep. Start carving out the center of the eye.
Playing a game of Where's Waldo with the ingredients.
So I'll go. Do one of you other two want to start working on shaving down? Was it the wormswood that needs to be shaved down?
Yep.
All right. So I'll start with this eye. Do one of you other two want to start working on the wormswood?
Now, you mentioned oil. Do we have the oil on the table?
You do have oil. You have the basic ingredients of water, oil, candle, crystal. You know.
Okay.
Those.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah. Do one of you guys want to start working on shaving down the wormwood, and then we can get this started?
yeah, I feel like Anthony has got some like pretty decent forums, so I think he offers to shave down the wormwood.
Okay, so you've shaved down the wormwood, you've scooped the center of the eye, you're mixing it with the oil, and now you do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Now, whose pet are you going to feed that to?
I mean, if we're not using a familiar, I volunteer myself as tribute.
Oh no, you're gonna just be a dinosaur for the rest of the game?
I mean, if we did it right, maybe.
I feel like it'd be hard to cast spells with the little arms.
Maybe. I got the handy strength, so I don't need my wand.
He took skilled in little arms.
Yes, I am.
I took trained in being a T-Rex.
Yes.
So
we can use my mongoose as the test subject.
Okay, so you bring your little mongoose.
Big, you turn into a T-Rex.
It's like his favorite thing, actually.
I think we should use Anthony's snake, just because if it works, like imagine a mongoose-sized T-Rex. It's basically just a raptor. It seems actually dangerous.
Well, how big is this mongoose?
I feel like
Mongoose
mongooses aren't that
mongoose
big.
is like ferret sized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not even a
Maybe
raptor.
This is.
That's just a rather large pet lizard.
What's your mongoose's name?
Striker.
That's a pretty good name.
Good
Agreed.
name. What's your snake's name, Anthony?
Zagreus.
It's also a pretty good name. Okay, so you give the potion to Striker?
Striker.
Okay, so you've prepared your potion, you give it to Striker, and then poof, he turns into a T-Rex. Like a miniature one though, like not like a big one, just like a nice ferret-sized T-Rex. And he starts running around. Yeah.
It's literally just next to me, and I just picked it up. It's perfect.
Yeah. So he starts chasing around. He has his little arms. He's kind of like trying to do his little mongoose movements, but keeps falling over because, you know, he's not used to walking upright with little tiny T-Rex arms.
Oh, baby.
This is adorable.
And Professor Nightshade comes over and she goes, "Excellent work turning your mongoose into a T-Rex. A's for all of you."
Nice.
And so as she says that, the school bell rings and she goes, "Okay, students, you can turn your familiars back into their intended animals just by pouring some water over them. And then you can head off to the Halloween ball. Remember to wear your costumes."
When she
Okay.
stepped away, I go, wow, this potion's really useless in the rain.
I mean, I think it's better than the alternative of it being like just incredibly hard to get rid of.
Oh, I agree, but like totally useless in bad weather.
Striker seems to be really enjoying being a T-Rex, so I'm just going to let it run out. So I'm just going to scoop him into my pocket real quick.
Okay, yeah, it'll eventually rain. It'll eventually get wet. He has to take a bath sometime. Okay, so let's see the next picture. So you are taken to the Great Hall. It is a magnificent ballroom. Very, with like floating candles and floating pumpkins everywhere, as well as like skeletons who are kind of like half encased in the walls, but like if you ask them questions, they will answer them, and like ghosts floating about the corridor. You see a large feast area with your table for your classmates and you to sit, and you see like a lot of the upperclassmen, they're already dancing and like they're like giving each other eyes, and they're like doing some slow dancing, while you see like the freshmen just kind of like awkwardly sitting against the wall, like the little skeletons poking at them. And so you enter the grand ballroom to the Halloween ball. What are you guys all dressed up as?
Guy Fieri.
I was just about to say Guy Fieri.
Oh, the mayor himself.
Steal Ryan's idea.
I regret everything.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna grab a prop real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, are we grabbing props?
Well, if he grabbed the dinosaur, I got one of these. So Marcus will be dressed up as one of them, one of the classic plague doctors.
Very
It's actually
timely.
it's a family heirloom.
Yes, it is,
Plague
actually.
Doctoring Day.
100%.
God, I'm so mad. I have a Guy Fieri costume, and I thought about wearing it and went, nah. I think Joshua's going as Ron Swanson.
That's also great.
Yeah, so I think Anthony has like the like bleached tips and like a Hawaiian shirt and like the whole 9 yards. I think he didn't understand what like a costume like party was. There's like, oh yes, like and everyone's like dressed in like fancy ball gowns and stuff, and it's like, it's not what I thought.
Actually, I was gonna say, is this like a regular Halloween costume party, or is this like a formal kind of?
This is like a formal one for like the kids who are really trying. So like most people are in like masquerade masks, like all out ball gowns. But also it's kind of weird because as wizards, you kind of always dress kind of old fashioned. So it's kind of weird to see you guys dressing old fashioned for a costume ball. So like maybe you guys are right, dressing all modern. You're
We're all
truly in a costume.
I'll get the memo.
I was gonna say I would probably do something to like fit in. So maybe like a knight. Bonus points. I get to hide my face because a lot of the underclassmen still think I'm cool. Like my parents are a big deal and they want to bother me, and I don't want to deal with that.
Also hide my face because nobody likes me.
Heigl has just a stack of books and a domino mask, and anytime anybody asks, he says he's a librarian.
I love it.
Amazing.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
But it's really just an excuse to read.
Okay, so you hear the clink of a glass, and you are brought to attention by the headmistress's assistant. Let's see, what is his name? Let's see. Thomas Oxbow. He is a gentlemanly minotaur in a sophisticated waistcoat, and he's a small pair of glasses just like tilting on his snout, and he welcomes everyone. He says, "Good evening, prestigious students of Arcane Academy. We welcome you to the annual Halloween Ball. We shall have a great harvest feast and dancing, but first, a message from your headmistress."
I just want to say I love this this centaur, and I really want not centaur,
Minotaur.
Minotaur. That's it. And I want this image. It's a very good Minotaur.
I will send you this image. It's super good from this like guy off the internet.
Oh my god, all of this art is incredible.
Asterios would be fun.
Okay, so as he says this, leaves start to fall, like fall leaves start to fall from the ceiling, and it starts to swirl around up into the center area, and it forms into the headmistress. Headmistress Thornton. She's wearing a luxurious red and gold cloak with autumn leaf appliques, and she has a crown of leaves. She says, "Good evening, students. Welcome to the Halloween Ball. I invite you to be merry and have a delicious feast prepared by Mr. Zung. He is a goblin chef. This is what he looks like.
It's like garlic around him. I love it. Oh my god.
Yeah, that mustache is on point.
Literally.
She's like, "Now let us let the festivities commence," and she claps her hands. Music plays around the room from a string quartet, and plates of delicious food are brought out to your tables.
Yeah, Anthony goes to town. He's hungry. He doesn't need lunch.
I was gonna say it's probably still pretty early. I'm not. I'm more just hanging out with people, with the other upperclassmen, who don't give me much of a hassle.
You're just loitering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking to skeletons and ghosts.
It's a party, hanging out, chit in the chat.
I'm absentmindedly picking at a plate while reading.
Okay. Very studious. Marcus, as you're talking to the skeleton, he says, "Oh, you want to hear a joke?"
Absolutely.
Oh my god, I need this. And he kind of goes, wait, I've got it.
I know you do. I'm riveted here.
I'm gonna tickle your funny bone.
Is that the joke?
Is this what I signed up for?
Yes.
Is this just going to be an hour and a half of just
Skeleton fun.
skeleton jokes?
It is.
Oh yeah, this whole the Kids on Brooms thing was like a cruel ruse for just Laura's new stand-up routine.
This is funny. I'm doing a bone talk with you.
He goes, "Who is the most famous skeleton detective?"
Whom?
"Sherlock Bones."
Oh, that hurts. That hurts so bad.
And like as he's laughing, his jaw kind of falls off a little bit.
Oh, I fix it.
Okay, so as you are, if anyone else has anything they else want to do during the party,
I'm talking to, I guess, whoever the popular kids are. I was gonna say, just seeing if there's anything interesting going on after the official school party.
you overhear some of the girls talking about how they're gonna have a party in the common room, and like after party in the common room with some like nice potions up in here.
Heck yeah.
Do any of them turn into direct though? Is the question. I think Anthony, while he's eating, like turns to Higgle, who's like eating also, but just mostly reading. It's just like, so what are you reading? What are you reading?
Oh, Termili's Advanced Wards.
Oh, yeah. I heard that was a good book.
Yeah, it's just some primer work.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. But I mean I think Carpaces is a little bit more accurate.
Got to work on those prime numbers and all.
So, as the party is winding down, you suddenly see lightning strike the room, and all of the lights and all of the pumpkins and the candles go out and fall to the ground.
I pull out because all of these pretentious magic students always think that magic's the answer to everything. But as soon as I see when all the lights go out, I go into my bag and I pull out a just like a normal run-of-the-mill LED flashlight.
Okay, so as you're getting your flashlight out, you hear a scream. And then, as you light the flashlight and you like let a little bit of light through, all of the pumpkins and the candles turn back on and start to float back to the top.
Huh.
Once
I turn off my flashlight, put it back in my bag.
Once everything has been revealed.
I was ready, and then I didn't need it.
Once everything has been revealed, you see that the headmistress and all of the other professors have been turned to stone. At first, one student kind of like makes a joke and is like, "Oh yeah, this is like a great Halloween costume," and then like suddenly everyone gets really quiet and like a little like nervous and like a little bit chaotic in there.
I'm gonna just walk up. Are they sitting at like kind of like the faculty table?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to them. I'm gonna whoever the closest professor is. I don't know. History of magic.
Yeah. You can talk to. Well, you can't really talk to.
Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna try.
You see Thomas Oxbow has been turned to stone. He's sitting next to Mistress Thornton. You also see Mr. Zung, which I don't know why he's not in the kitchen. But, he's like sitting at the faculty table, chilling out. The Goblin, as well as some other professors like Professor Nightshade and the Professor of Herbology, Professor Forrest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go over to whoever's closest, Professor Oxbow, and Professor, I'm gonna like tap his shoulder. Is it solid stone?
It is solid stone. It almost sounds like a little bit like it's hollow though. It's like kind of like a clink.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna knock on it. Oh geez.
I want to walk up to Joshua and be like, "Did your flashlight do this?"
No, it didn't. I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone that's like obviously taking charge, or what are the rest of the students doing?
The rest of the students are panicking, and you do notice at one of the tables, one of the suck-ups, who hangs out with the teachers a lot, has also been turned to stone. But he's, like, sitting at, like, a table, like...
All right. Are any of the professors missing?
No, they have all been turned to stone if they're in this room.
Okay. Are there any that aren't in this room?
No. You might, like, find some, like, groundskeepers. Yes, the groundskeeper is walking around. He's making sure everything's safe. He's, like, a security guard. But everyone else is in the Great Hall.
Well, everything's not safe.
Not okay.
So...
I want to walk up to the headmistress and grab, like, the drink in front of her and take a sip.
Oh.
No.
Okay, as you take a sip, it's bitter, and it's kind of nasty, and it's very dry. but it is just wine.
Well, it wasn't. It's not a potion.
I appreciate you taking the time to find that out that way. That was very, very selfless of you.
Sure. Selfless. Oh God. All right. I point to one of the like popular girls. I go, Christine, could you go find the groundskeeper?
She says, "Okay, sure," and then she kind of runs off.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to try and cast a spell. To see, to try and figure out what kind of magic did this.
Okay. So I'm gonna need some magic words for this spell, but
Okay. So my family always like they were very kind of scientific with their math with their magic. So it wasn't like fun or flair. So I literally learned and I'm just like magic that caused this event. Reveal yourself.
okay. As you're saying that, what would it be? It kind of like in like little text and words kind of appears over the people. It says transfiguration.
Gotcha. So who could be so I checked to see Marcus and Anthony and Hegel if they're what they're up to. And I like jump off of where the faculty are sitting and I run over to them.
So Hegel's actually up there also too. I've got a small like scene stone, so like a little stone loop, and measuring tape and like a compass out. And I'm actually like taking measurements and looking through the scene stone and trying to observe what's happening. Like, whether this is an ongoing magical effect or whether this is something that is has happened and is just has a lingering response.
Interesting. Okay. As a dwarf, you're very well known with stone, as well as that. So you are looking through that and you see that it is an ongoing effect. And that, like, you actually kind of deduce from there that it kind of will last a couple hours. But then you don't know what will happen after that. If they'll stay that way or if they'll turn back to normal.
So I see Hegel, and I kind of shuffle over to him. I go.
Like he's writing notes down in his journal that he's got.
Hey, I know we're not the closest, but do you have any idea what's going on?
They were turned to stone. They will last until a few hours more, and they should turn back. It's something is making them stone still.
Is it okay? So it's all right. So
they could turn back though. It's very iffy.
I mean, if they turn back, they turn back in a few hours.
I open up my backpack and I pull out like a spiral notebook that's like about this big, and I open up to a fresh page and I'm like, all right, so stone effect. It's ongoing, which means that it's probably not a monster or it's got to be some kind of magic. It's got to become some kind of spell. A potion wouldn't just continue. Okay. Where does that leave us? I would like to try to locate the source. So I pull out almost like a Geiger counter that I kind of that I put together myself, and I'm trying to kind of detect where the magic is coming from if it's ongoing.
You magic hacked this mundane Geiger counter?
Honestly, no. It's basically an illusion. So I channel my magic through it, and I'm like, well, the way this is used in the real world, I'm going to use it here. So it's more of like it broadcasts the illusion. But I mean that's all like side stuff. That's not. That's just like kind of the after effects of the spell.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll, I guess, for magic, which, let's find out where magic is. I think it'd be going off your, let's see, magic. An overview of magic. Types of magic. Pretty good. So what, I guess, you'd be using, I guess, brains is the stat you use when used to cast magic when you want to reveal something hidden. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so roll your brains dice.
Now hold on. Because that sure doesn't look like a nat one. However, I am as I pull up the rules, I am gifted, which I sure wish I had the strength in front of me. We're all new to this game.
Yep.
Gifted, if you make a check involving a magic die that fails, you may spend 1 AT to re-roll the magic die.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use one of my 3 adversity tokens. That I assume we're starting with? That's what it says in the rules?
You're starting with 3.
Okay, cool. So, and I'm going to re-roll that because I literally cannot do worse.
Quick question. So it says when you roll the d20 plus a d4.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, you're also going to roll a d4. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, you're welcome.
But a d20, a 20 on that roll is much better.
And a 4.
Yes.
Dude,
I am very gifted.
Oh my god.
So I start casting the spell with like the little Geiger counter. And it's just flat not working, and I go, oh, fine. And I put it back, and I pull out my wand and do it the way my parents taught me, because that's what comes naturally, even if I hate it. And I go, source of the magic, please reveal yourself.
Okay.
It works amazing.
So as you do that, it's almost like, you know how like in a video game, like with like the wheels on, it kind of like creates little arrows that point you to where you're supposed to walk in the game. This like line and like this little chemtrail of magic just starts to like fly into the air, and it goes through the window into the forest, but then also it shoots out towards the faculty lounge and towards the library.
Split up, search for truth.
I really don't think splitting up is a good idea.
I was about to say, that seems incredibly dangerous. I think
we'll go this way, half of the school go that way.
All right, class. No, I think so. Marcus and Anthony, where are you guys?
I'm still kind of near the wall by where the skeleton is that I was talking to, but I'm definitely investigating one of the closest professors to me.
Yeah, I'm near the teacher's pet kid. I'm sort of like fishing my snake into his mouth because I want to see if it's a shell or if if they're completely turned to stone. I figure this is the best way to do that.
Okay, so as you're like feeding your snake through him, he's kind of like, it sounds like he is kind of like fully solid, but he's kind of like his bones and everything are still intact. It's just like, so it's still like there's a hole from his mouth to like his stomach. It's just all stone now.
Okay, then I'm like, come on, Zagreus, come back. Okay.
Okay,
no, and don't go that way. No, up, not down. Up, not down.
Okay, and Marcus, as you check, you'll be checking Professor Nightshade. You see that there is, she's turned to stone, and she seems pretty petrified, and you kind of notice that, there is a strange, like, apple on the table next to where she was that's been bitten.
Okay. I will. I guess I'll attempt a magic roll myself to see if that apple is enchanted. So what did we say? Brains for that?
Yes. So it's a d20 and or whatever yours is, and a 4.
Yes. Not a 20. I will tell you that now.
Yours is a d6.
Yes. I just want to make sure I don't have anything else to brains. I do not. So I got a 7 total.
Okay, that's not terrible. So as you got that, you kind of identify that it's not magical in nature, but it was in the presence of something magical, which it's kind of normal. You are in a magic school, but it does seem weird for just a regular apple.
Okay. And I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway because my family does specialize in breaking curses. I want to see if I can try to break a curse.
Okay.
I know that is a grit roll, breaking curses.
Yes.
So I have some nonsense to that. And I have a d12 to grit.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have? I have a +1 because I'm trained in grit, and my wand gives me a +1 to grit. So a 13.
Okay, as you attempt to break the hex, it is too much to handle, but you do realize that it is a hex from a drink, from a potion. You've identified from that.
All right, cool. I'll grab the weird apple because it's a weird apple.
Yeah, it's like a little apple. It's a little purplish. It looks a little odd.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not normal. At least I don't think so. So I'll grab it and I'll rejoin the others. Do you guys find out anything? Because this is weird.
Are the arrows in the air visible to anyone else?
Yes, it is visible to everyone.
Oh,
I gesture. I point up to the arrow and I go, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see them now.
I was going to mention that. I thought maybe we should follow that, but I didn't want. If it was obvious, I didn't want to say it.
All right. So here's my theory right now. I wonder. I'm guessing that someone took something from the forest and fed it to the teachers in the teachers' lounge. Potentially either got the spell or is hiding in the library.
Well, I got this weird apple, and I show you the purple apple. That was by Professional Nightshade. What's that?
I take it from you and I eat it.
No.
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since dinner.
We got lucky. We got lucky with the wine, but I just.
And it was definitely a potion that did this.
Very, very quickly, I think about the exact place on a human body, on a human throat to hit the person and make them cough something back up.
Does anything happen to Anthony?
Nothing happens to Anthony, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
guys,
wonder if it's part of the spell. Wait, you said that it was a potion?
Yes.
Yes.
I pull out my little notebook. I go, all right. Then I assume the apple's going to be part of it.
Either that or it was just next to the potion and kind of got contaminated with whatever residual magic came from, like the drink or whatever.
I think our best bet at this point is to investigate the teacher's lounge.
I concur with that.
I don't know. I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's a good idea, guys.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay, please.
I will go to check the library.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Anthony, don't eat anything.
No, guys, we can't go there. We can't do that.
Why?
It's the teacher's lounge. You're not allowed in there.
You know what? I don't think the teachers are going to have a problem with it, and then I just start walking over.
Let's say, or we could check the library first and then go to the teacher's lounge.
Okay, as long as we're moving.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hegel
'cause
leads sort of the
going-
way to the library as it's his most comfortable place. He's bringing all his books with him. So
It's perfect because I'll be able to drop off the ones that I finished during the course of the dance and pick up some new ones.
okay,
You
so,
finished all those books during dinner.
Was the librarian also at the dinner?
yes. But the librarian is actually... So the library is actually... They have a great guard system for the library. It is a large sphinx that makes it so you cannot enter the library unless you answer a riddle. And she has minions that, like, help her out. But she's more of a monster creature that runs this library. The library is also, like, one of those, like, really cool, like, really tall ones. Kind of like the one in New Haven at, like, Yale where all, like, the air can move out of the room if you need to. But it doesn't do that. Or maybe it does.
Anthony has never been in this library, and it's not from a lack of trying. He's tried every day to research information. Every day it's like, what's tall and white and burns when you put fire on the top of it? And he's like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems very counterintuitive for an educational school to, like, put barriers to, like, reading, but, you know.
I know, it's like, no, I need to figure out how to do riddles in here. Can you please?
This is why I
trying
need
to
to
check
get...
out a book of riddles. Like, that's all I want to get into.
This is why I need to get out of this
I'm so
society. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, I might be with you by the end of this.
all I learned is how to games.
Okay, so as you enter the library, it kind of like has this large sphinx, and it has the gateway, and the sphinx goes, "Welcome, students. Answer this riddle, and you shall have access to the library." She goes,
Maybe we should go to the teacher's lounge. Actually, maybe that's a better idea.
she
I
goes,
mean, let's see how hard this riddle is.
Yeah.
She goes, "What four-letter word can be written forward, backward, or upside down, and can still be read from left to right?"
It's very simple. Ooh.
She's like, "It must be in the Oxford Dictionary."
What's in the Oxford?
Now, is it the same word?
Yes.
Forwards, backwards, and
Upside down, and
upside down.
Is it left?
and she goes, "Nope. You have one. You have two tries left."
Is it right? No, wait. Is it forward?
Wait, no. I put my hand on his mouth.
She goes, "Each of you will get 3 guesses."
You guys got this. I believe in you.
She repeats.
Okay. I'm not using this as one of my guesses. Do I know if lol is in the English dictionary? Like LOL.
LOL. It could be in the English dictionary, but it is not the word.
Gah!
Okay, so it is, what 4-letter word can be written forward, backward, or upside down, and still be read from left to right?
I feel like it's gotta be a trick.
I'm assuming all lowercase letters.
Uppercase is how it is spelled.
All right, that matters.
Ah!
Uppercase is how it's spelled in my tome.
Gotcha. And when you say backwards like a palindrome?
Or you mean literally like reversing the...
Yeah, like mirrored or backwards like a palindrome?
Isn't that what a race car is?
Yeah, race car is a palindrome.
No, I don't know what that is.
Race cars are actually super interesting. See, muggles have vehicles that move
I don't know
faster
if
than
I
our
know what
brooms.
Yeah, that
But
word.
we keep using brooms. It's
Right, word to me,
so
I don't know.
counterintuitive.
But when you say backwards, is it
Magic.
a palindrome or is it like reversed, like in a
Madness?
backwards?
As everyone calls them.
Palindrome.
Okay,
Not that either.
that makes it also easier.
Oh, deed.
That is correct.
I thought you meant like if you mirrored it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not telling you, Laura. Joshua is telling the Sphinx. I thought you meant like mirrored. You know, I feel like there's a lot of ambiguity here that you could. You know what? Never mind.
And she like lifts open her like door and allows you guys into the library.
I turn to Marcus. This is why I don't bother. Like I can solve it. I just don't like to.
I mean, that was great, but yeah, I don't come here too often either way. I don't know how Hegel does this all the time.
I really don't. Honestly, it's impressive.
Agreed.
All
Anthony,
All right.
welcome to the library.
So yeah, do I still see the arrows? So
Yes.
so where is it leading to?
Okay, so you see the library has lots of books around, lots of different statues, things like that. You see the magic pointing towards the restricted section, and it goes to a book that is glowing and to a book that is like moving in the restricted area.
Seems sus to me.
Look at
God.
stuff. Voted
The guy-
Man, if Hegel wasn't busy reading right now, I would definitely reach out to him and ask if he's got experience knowing what those books are.
Guys, this is so big. Has it always been this big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the restricted area is chained and locked. It has like a nice like gate through there, kind of very much like Samuel Tarley's, like, you know, nice little like lock on there. So you guys could use various different ways to get over the into the restricted area.
Can I use fight to use magic to open the lock?
Hey,
Yeah.
that was my idea.
Do you want to do it? Go right ahead.
Don't Guy Fieri me. Only I can do that.
Go right ahead.
Listen, I got a D20 in bronze. Let me have this. Yeah. I want to like walk up and like shoot my wand at it, and I imagine the spell would work if it works correctly. Is like sort of a red sort of bolt that like cracks open the lock.
Yeah, like just completely would break it. It would be not subtle in any sort of way, but yes, it would work if
Yeah.
it
So
works.
is that brawn?
Yep. So it'll be
believe I-
brawn plus a D4.
$16. Pass. 3.
It's pretty good. So while Hegel was reading, Anthony has been using magic to break the lock to the restricted section as they see a book that is glowing and moving and that the arrows are leading to.
19.
19's pretty good. Okay, so as you do that, the
Simon
lock,
character.
the lock breaks in half and falls to the ground.
I turn to Hegel. I know you spend a lot of time in the library. Do you know anything about either a glowing book or a book that moves on its own?
Yeah, lots of them. Yes.
Are there a lot? What is wrong with this library?
I can make a roll to see if I know specifically what he's talking about. To be a good way to catch my the player up on what the character knows.
Okay. Yeah. Make a brain check.
14, and then I get 1 to brains, so 15.
Okay, from that, you know that restricted area, you know that the name of the restricted area is potions, and that it is, curses and potions, cursing potions.
Do you
Yeah,
think the
we
book
got
is
it.
dangerous to like grab?
They from your knowledge, you know that it is not technically dangerous, but the area is dangerous.
It's
From
not.
times you've been there.
It's not getting the book that is the problem. It's getting into where the book is.
How so?
Right.
I'm going to crack open my backpack, pull out like a pair of like Kevlar work gloves, and I mean, I'm gonna look at Anthony, who has just like burst open the lock. Do you want to like? I'll grab the book, but
No, I this is all I want in the world. But
Okay.
wait, how is it dangerous to not grab the book, but to go get the book?
The restricted section. It's
Mhm.
it's dangerous if you're not supposed to be there.
Okay, but like if we touch the ground or something, and then Anthony just like reaches into his bag and pulls out his entire broom, just like out of his bag, and it's like, this is what I got in my bag. I don't have any gloves or flashlights.
That was impressive, though.
From your time in the library, Hegel, you have witnessed one time that someone went into the restricted section, and that the floor turned to quicksand, and that books started flying around and cawing at them, and like kind of with teeth, kind of like going down on the students.
jeez.
So sometimes the floor will eat students, and the books will attack them.
Okay.
So if only we had a way to fly
Oh, yeah.
above the floor.
Yeah. I'm
Wait,
not very good at flying.
I have a broom.
Yeah.
Can I use that?
You can use your broom inside.
Thank you, God.
I,
Who said that?
Not
Was it the-
recommended, but it does work.
Yeah, I think he can do a slow thing. Like he plays broom games.
sports with brooms.
It's called Broom Ball.
I do have this to sort of peek behind the curtain. This the trope asks us questions about our characters, and the great athletic feat. I won the broom race 3000 when I was 13. So
Nice.
go me.
Can we have like the big wizard sport just literally be dodgeball on brooms? I feel like that's way cooler.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah. So I want to like I'll put the gloves. I'll put Joshua's gloves on, and sort of like get on the broom and sort of try to hover on the broom steady and go over to the book. And I'm assuming I have to roll flight for that because there is a flight.
Yes, flight would be good. Also, some fight might be good as well as you enter the section.
Could I provide some support with fight, like shooting books that try to knock them down?
Yes, that's awesome. Just like the
My
PlayStation
flight
2 game.
is a D12, so I got an 8. And my fight is a D10. That's +1, so that's 11.
Okay, so
Wow, I rolled really poorly.
okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, no, you didn't roll a d20. That you can't have rolled a d20. And I was like, oh, you did. Okay. So from your flight, you fly pretty easily throughout the area, and you go into the restricted area. You grab the book off there, and then these books start attacking you. Marcus shoots one of his bolts. It kind of hits one of like the books. It kind of like throws it off kilter. But then you have shot down one, and now you're making your way back out of the restricted section. And as you see that, you see like the floor is caving in on itself, and it's kind of like the tile is turning into quicksand.
So imagine like Anthony's got the book like under his arm, and he like kind of like drifts out of the restricted section and looks at everyone and says just like, "Yo guys, reading is fun."
There was another book. There were 2 books.
Oh, shoot! And then
No,
he
there was
goes-
one book. It was one book.
Oh, I was gonna say you said a book that was glowing and a book that was moving. It
No,
was
they
the
were
same
both
book?
the same.
Oh, okay.
I can get another
forgot
book. I
one.
think I can do that again, no problem.
Joshua, like, before Anthony went in, Joshua's like, I'm just gonna go talk to the Sphinx. And I'm like, so, like, could we have permission to... He hears, like, the rumbling of the books. I go, oh, never mind, we're good.
No, keep it distracted. Keep it distracted.
So anyway, what I was saying is that, like, ambiguity in your riddles, like, do you recognize how weird it is? And I just talking.
I'm still shooting down books that are chasing Anthony.
Okay, so as you exit the research center, you close the gates and, like, try to, like, I guess use the chain to reclose it and lock it up. And the little, flying books, stop and fall to the floor that is now rock hard again. Okay.
Look, and don't eat it.
I'm gonna walk
yeah,
back
eat
in.
it.
Yeah, no, don't eat it.
That's what I just said.
Okay, cool.
Out loud. I'm narrating what I'm doing. And
So,
said,
what book is it? What's the title?
It says, Powerful Potions That Curse Forever.
Oh, that's...
Well, that's not
I'll
concerning at all.
Super ambiguous.
Okay, I will leaf through. Can we find it? Can I find anything on petrification turning to stone?
As you open the book, it turns to the last page that someone was on. It's very, like, useful. And it goes to a potion that's called the Potion of Petrifying. This is a powerful potion that, if not reversed by midnight, using these ingredients will forever turn the victims to stone.
What time is it?
It is 7 p.m.
Oh boy.
So much time. So,
Okay, how do we reverse it?
I just
Okay.
want to say, I imagine the picture of this is like Anthony's holding the book open. It's just like, and like Joshua's like over his shoulder, like leafing through, and you're like, okay, what's this? And he's just like, yeah, it's a book.
Okay, from what you need. It says, to reverse this potion, you will need the toenail clippings of a sphinx, the hair of a unicorn, and an item of one of the afflicted.
Well, I got the kid's diary in my bag here.
Awesome.
Teacher's
that
pet.
is super-
I don't know his name. No, he's a teacher's pet. I should have learned it.
Does anyone know where we could find a unicorn?
I mean, we could check the potions lab, see if there's any in there. Any, like, unicorn hair, because, I mean, it is the potions lab.
That is
Not a
true.
bad idea.
The restricted forest.
Yeah, I would prefer to check the potions lab first. I don't want
The
to...
unallowed forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the name. That has unicorns, I believe, and also weren't the arrows also going there? So, like, maybe
Yeah.
the person is heading
Yeah,
out.
I don't want to go into the forest. Like,
Like, ideally, yeah, no, let's not. However, we might have to.
yeah, no, I'm aware, but yeah.
Yeah, let's check the post. All right, one thing at a time.
Quick other note. It says an object of the afflicted. If multiple people are afflicted, do we need an object from everybody?
No, you only need one object from them.
Okay, just wanted to...
Also,
Diary.
these are the ingredients to brew a potion, right?
Yes.
Old habits, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's hard to be good, you know.
All right. So, I kind of look. Does anyone have a plan for the Sphinx?
Yeah, Anthony walks up to the Sphinx and says, "Hey, if I have a riddle that you can't solve, can I have some of your toenails?"
I watched this happen.
Okay, the, Sphinx looks like side-eyeing you and says, yes.
Okay. And he looks like up at the Sphinx and says, "What is in my pocket?"
Yeah.
She sort of looks down and goes, an apple?
Oh. Yeah. I'm out of ideas, guys. That was it.
So,
All right. I'll step forward.
yeah, I was about to say I got an idea. But if
Yeah,
you
I got one.
Marcus, you rolled right for something?
no, that was me shooting the books before.
All right.
Ah.
Same deal. I've got a riddle for you. If you can't solve it, I'm gonna need one of those toenails.
Wow, y'all are going the hard route, aren't you?
Yeah, what about, hey, the teachers are all gonna die if you don't help
I was about
them.
to say, here, hold on. I got.
mean,
hey, Sphinx. Oh, do you have a riddle? You can do. Your
Yeah, I
riddle.
was gonna say, if I didn't already have one, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, yeah, go do your riddle. Go do your riddle.
What herb cures all ailments?
Garlic? Wait, no. You do it. You say it.
She goes, turmeric?
Time.
Oh.
She goes, you may have one of my toenail clippings. First, you must give me a pedicure, but yes.
I mean, that was.
I was about to say I pull out like a file like for wood carving out of my bag. Yeah, I get the toenail clipping.
I go to Joshua afterwards. I was literally just gonna ask the Sphinx if they wanted like a mani-pedi.
Ooh, I felt like that would have been that would have taken longer because like after Anthony said it, I started thinking about it, and I just figured that like, oh, I might as well. See how happy-
Anthony brings out his black and orange nail polish and is like, "Yo, you want a match?" Listen, if we're doing a mani-pedi, we gotta do
Anthony later.
Come on, man. When's the okay?
The Sphinx allows you to take her toenail clippings, and you guys, I guess, are off on your way to investigate the rest of the magic areas.
Yeah, the potions lab.
That is a good place to check. So you check through the potions lab. It's Professor Nightshade's area. She has many different ingredients in her area. Does anyone want to look to see if they can identify a unicorn hair in her potions closet?
Sure. Straight brain.
Yep.
Can I help with brain?
I don't know if there is a advantage system, but you can always add to it.
Now, do I forget the D4 because this isn't a spell?
Yeah, it's not a spell. It's just
So I don't get the D4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
While they're doing that, Anthony wants to look for some time.
I assume I don't see anything.
Let's
It was a
see.
4.
Oh, okay, so 4, and then we can add the 12. From 16, you see griffin hair, you see dragon hair, you see yeti hair, you do not see unicorn hair. Actually, you see the unicorn bottle for unicorn hair, but she is all out.
God, we're gonna have to go into the restricted forest.
The dark forest is what it's officially called.
What's it called?
The dark forest.
The dark forest. Cool.
Did Anthony find any time?
He did find time. Time is very available.
He puts it in his.
Tons of time.
No, Anthony. No, see, it's a play on words. See, time. You know what? Never mind.
No, I got this. I'll give them some of this and it'll be fine.
Add it to their food.
We'll be done with this in like 15 minutes. I solved it.
Speed run.
Speed run this D&D game.
Guys, we should have just taken over the school. Oh man. Anyway,
all right. Well, since we're still in the teachers on first, or do we want to just go straight to the forest?
let's head to the dark forest. I'm guessing that the remnants of the potion are what was leading us to the faculty lounge, given that it was the faculty and the teacher's pet.
I mean, it could be, or
His name is Matthew, guys. By the way, like I feel like we should maybe use his name. He's petrified and all. I know I stole his diary, but also like he's a human being.
You're reading the diary. Guys, his name is Matthew. He has hopes and dreams, and he's got a crush on the potions.
I mean, don't we all? She's just a sturdy woman who's fair but kind. Knowledgeable. Everything we want in a woman.
Okay.
So we're heading to the... So, just look at Anthony. Are you saying this on the way to the fort?
Yeah.
While we're walking.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying... Anthony's not saying that. Anthony's reading. Like,
Oh, in the diary. Even better.
Okay, so you go to the Dark Forest to investigate. By the Dark Forest, you find the school troll, who has like a little hut out there, and he has like an interest in all sorts of creatures in the forest, and he kind of groundskeeps the outside area. And he kind of goes, "Hello guys, what's up?"
What's his name?
Zagrid?
His Trolls Grid. Trolls Guard.
Trolls Guard.
Troll
Guard?
Troll Guard,
Love
yes.
it. Love it. Troll Guard. Hey, Troll Guard.
He goes, "Hello."
Have you seen anyone come in or out of the forest recently?
He goes, Yes, I did. I saw someone in a dark cloak run into the forest. Right around, like, 5 p.m.?
Yeah, that adds up.
It's just we all wear dark cloaks, so that's actually...
We... You know what? That's fair. Yeah, no, that's not particularly
not helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, see, that's the problem with school uniforms. And you know what? Later. Trollguard, would
We should
you...
go to the school.
The teachers are in trouble, and we need a unicorn hair. Would you be able to help us find a unicorn?
He goes, I don't have a unicorn hair, but I do know the unicorn in the forest, and I can probably take you to his unicorn lair.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, please. Much appreciated.
Okay, so he starts to lead the way. He starts to ask you all sorts of questions. He's kind of trolling you about what happened, and you head into the forest, and you see a spider web that has been, like, almost cut, but with, like, a broom. Like, it has the shape of, like, a human shape with, like, a little broom going through it, and that's as you see as you're walking towards the unicorn's lair.
Does the like hole like that's been torn through go all the way to the ground?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to walk very carefully through the hole as to not alert the spiders to my presence.
Anthony is slowly getting on his broom.
Okay, as you are going through the human-shaped broom hole, you see that there's like broom marks that are kind of like hit trees, and then eventually you see footprints leading deeper into the forest.
Sorry, human-shaped broom hole is just a wonderful sentence.
I'm now imagining just like a broom in the shape of a person.
No, we need to revamp like Mastermind Adventures human-shaped broom hole. It's like the sentence goes forward and backwards like human-shaped broom hole.
All right, so do we see the unicorn in the lair?
The kind of troll guard looks to you and goes, actually, if you go a little bit more to the left, as you're following like the footprints of the thing, but if you go, he's like, well, if you go a little bit more to the right, you'll find Harold's lair. Harold's right over there. And he kind of points to a unicorn that's kind of like in its own little like stable, and it's kind of like whinnying, and he kind of like points to it.
See, why would they go to the trouble of making a stable for a unicorn in a forest? I thought the whole
I
point
don't
was a natural.
understand.
I don't have questions I don't want to know the answers to.
No, see, for me, like, it's that kind of inherent, like, illogical.
Maybe the unicorn built it because it likes having a house. I don't know how these creatures think.
Harold?
Harold kind of looks up and he kind of like opens his little like unicorn, like he has those like Dutch doors, and he kind of like opens up one and sort of like clops out and goes, "How may I help you today, Trollgod? You're looking fabulous today. I know I've noticed your Halloween costume." And like as you say that, you start to notice that like Trollgard is wearing like he has horns, but he's wearing horns on top of his horns.
Oh, I would have pointed that out right away. And so
I'm just imagining like this unicorn like standing on two legs, kind of
yeah,
on the floor, like
yep. I'm convinced he's stable for himself.
Yeah, he's opened the top half of the door and then just like resting his the two hooves.
He's got coffee and everything.
Look, Harold, I don't know how to ask this, but we need one of your hairs for a potion to help save the faculty.
I mean, I'm sure you hear this all the time.
I'll trade you a carrot for it.
He goes,
"You have a carrot?
Yeah.
Why did you have to eat the apple?"
Well, I forgot about the carrot at the time.
He goes, "I will gladly take the carrot. Would you mind taking it from my tail, though? My mane has just been redone, so I really don't want to mess that up."
Not a problem. And I go into my bag, pull out a Swiss Army knife.
Yo, Joshua is just prepared for anything.
All right. So like
he's got like a credit card like ripper and everything. He's go off the grid.
So like mechanically, I took prepared. I'm like, oh, he definitely like carries around a bunch of Muggle stuff because he thinks it's more useful than wizard stuff. Like he just has ballpoint pens. You know who has ballpoint pens? No one. People are like, oh, I'm out of ink. I'm like, I'm not. I have a little plastic tube pen.
The pencil. It's easier.
Yeah, like it's not. So yeah, he takes out like the Swiss Army knife with the little scissors, and he snips the hair. Goes, all right, I think that's everything. We gotta head back to the potions room to brew this up. Harold, thank you so much. Also, if you ever need help, I have some interesting ideas for your stable that I think you'd like to hear. Kind of just expand it a little bit. I don't know how much room you need, but some really interesting designs in the woodwork. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey Harold, do you fly on a broom? Because there was a broom-shaped human hole back there.
Well, I mean,
I think it was a human-shaped broom hole.
Oh yeah, so I guess it's the time they're like tomato, you know what I mean, or something.
He goes, "No, I don't fly in a broom. That would be preposterous. I only live in a house and open things with my hooves. It's
obviously
fine."
Okay, you don't need to get all sassy on me. I'm just a child.
Did you see anybody come through here recently? Like today?
He's like, today, you know what? I actually did a small cloaked like teenage boy. Like looks around like your age. I'm not sure how old you guys are. I'm like 300, so I'm not sure. But like a small cloaked human boy was in this forest earlier today with a broom.
Guys,
was it human shaped broom?
We're never gonna let this.
Do you know what ingredients they were gathering?
It seemed like they were gathering some like mug root and wormwood and mushrooms from the forest, as well as some like he also asked for one of my hairs, but I didn't give it to him because I don't know him, and that's rude to ask people for hair that you don't know.
What color hair?
He kind of like thinks, and he goes, bright red hair.
I have bright red hair. Anthony like falls to his knees. Like, I don't know why I hate teachers. I'm sorry. You can take me away now.
Put my hand on Anthony's shoulders, like do the tap taps. Like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. We'll find who did this.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
From what I read of the potion, the mug root, the wormwood, is that all for the petrification potion?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna double check the book anyway if you didn't like bring it back up. So,
Ding.
all right.
Okay. So yeah, let's head back to the I guess the potion lab would be the best place to brew it. Do we need a specific kind of liquid or just water?
Just water.
Okay.
Are the golden arrows going to the teacher's lab still a thing?
I was just about to ask that.
They are. They actually are still going to the teacher's lounge.
I mean, we've got time, but I'm also a little nervous.
We have lots of time.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, worst case, we could, I guess, brew the potion in the teacher's lounge if we have to.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
enough
yeah.
potions in oat milk where they're based.
Okay. But just to keep it safe, and I pull out and I'm holding like the hair in my hand. We should each take one of the
Ingredients. Well, there's 3 ingredients.
Yes.
Okay, so Anthony's got the book, and fine keeping the book. So there's the
Do you
unicorn.
want to hold on to the hair? Or Hegel, do you want to hold on to the hair?
I can hold on to hair.
Okay. I give Hegel hair.
Okay, so you have the
Hegel
hair, you have
has
the
Harold
toenail
hair.
clippings, you have the book, and you head to the teacher's lounge?
Yep.
Okay, so as you head to the teacher's lounge, the teacher's lounge is actually also attached to the headmistress's quarters, like her office as well. It makes it really easy. And you see that it is guarded by 2 suits of armor.
These guys. Love these guys.
As we get near the 2 suits of armor, I dig into my bag, and I pull out my hall pass from Professor Rotundi, and show it to them and say, Professor needs me to get something from Teacher's Lounge.
The knights nod and remove their staffs and let you in.
As we're walking in, I'm like, see, isn't that so much easier than a riddle? Like, I'm just saying.
I was going to ask them what word is forwards and backwards. See if they would put us in for that.
How do you constantly get into the library without answering those riddles?
I could tell you next 3 riddle answers if you want.
No, that's fine.
You just get like a letter in the mail. It's like, these are the answers for the next 2 months.
No, there's a pattern that the Sphinx doesn't know about that they've fallen into.
Oh, then all right, that makes sense.
Cool. Although I'm worried that now that I gave him that new riddle, that he's going to incorporate it, throw off the pattern.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So where is the arrow pointing?
Okay, so as you enter the teacher's lounge, you see all books. You see a fireplace that actually looks like the fire has been put out recently, and you see the arrow is pointing to a table with a gift basket full of apples and a decanter of liquid that is empty, and you see on the ground a cat that is also petrified and made of stone.
All right, so that's definitely where the potion came from.
Yep. And the apples are probably 2 pieces, the apple and the decanter. I smell the decanter. Do I pick anything up?
It smells putrid.
Ooh.
I want to touch my wand to the decanter and cast a spell that anyone who has touched this object, their fingerprints will glow extremely bright, and their fingers will grow sort of a yellowish golden shine. So I will be able to, if I interact with anyone who has touched that, I'll be able to know that they touched it.
Okay, that would be, let's see, what kind of...
Now I wish I waited. It was Joshua!
They teamed up.
Okay, so
Anthony
yes.
with his red hair and Joshua with his fingerprints.
It's a very charismatic spell, I would argue.
I wouldn't say it's a charismatic spell. Let's see. Perhaps.
Maybe it's a flighty spell. I am fighting this glass.
So, is he not creating an illusory effect on these people?
He is creating illusionary effect. You could use charm, I guess. That would work, yes.
I was gonna say I am stretching here.
And they're just like. Yeah, let me roll. 8 plus 2. 4.
Yeah.
Okay, with the 4, Joshua lights up a lot, his fingertips, but you also see fingerprints on the, glass, you see fingerprints on the cups, and you see, fingerprints, leaving the window, a little, on the window tips.
What I'm trying to figure out is why they would drink something that smells that awful.
Maybe it was charmed beforehand.
I have
Well,
boy.
Maybe we'll be able to ask them after we unpetrify them.
Okay, yeah, so you, see that's how that was. You see also the poor little kitty. If you inspect the kitty, you see that its mouth, it also drank some of that liquid.
I assume that there's like a sink in the faculty lounge.
Yes, there's.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna take I don't know, like a water bottle or something, and fill it, put the ingredients in. So I take the Sphinx's nail and I file it down to put some of the the shavings in the water bottle, and I pass it over to Hegel for the hair.
And I take out a little stone mortar and pestle, and I grind up the hair. And
I got a lot of things in your bags, man. I should have more stuff in my bag.
and somebody has to be putting stuff in their bag. So
I just have a diary and a carrot.
I slide it in.
And no longer a carrot, actually.
Okay, is that all the ingredients?
I pass it to Anthony.
How are you going to put the book in the potion?
You get to tear a page out.
I'm gonna roll it up.
The entire
That poor child.
No, what I'm gonna do is
unpetrified like, hey, where'd my diary go?
I'm gonna fold it more than 10 times. Tall enough.
Wow, you are strong.
Yeah.
It now reaches all the way to sun.
Yeah, I'm gonna fold it until it's tall enough to reach the sun.
Okay.
For the water bottle.
So you shove in the water bottle, you shake it,
Yeah.
and the potion kind of it starts to glow, and it has a sweet smell to it, but it also smells a little bit like old books. It smells a little bit like an old library. Has a nice little sweet but old library smell.
That smells really interesting. What is this? I've never smelled this before in my life.
Joshua doesn't appreciate it. Ryan does. I'm going to take the potion, just put a teeny tiny bit in the cat's mouth.
Okay, so you take a tiny droplet and you put it in the cat's mouth, and the stone breaks around the cat, and it starts to break down, and then the cat is revealed underneath, and it kind of looks up at you and purrs and meows and and then it jumps up and sits on the couch across the way.
I feel like this cat knows things. What time is it?
It is. You guys went to the forest, went to the library. Let's say around 11.
All right, maybe later.
Which Which teacher do we hate?
I'm sorry,
They're all
teachers
fine.
need more.
The teachers are all fine.
Fine.
So yeah, definitely the teacher's pet last. But actually the headmistress first.
Sorry, Matthew. You drew the short straw.
Yeah, listen, I don't have time to know everyone.
Okay, so you go back into the Great Hall, and you see that like the students have kind of like weirdly, all the students after the chaos is kind of laid down. They're kind of like continuing to party. It's kind of disarming.
They've got like a pair of glasses that they're like keeping safe as like the fire starter. Someone's got like a pig head on a stick.
Yeah, they've kind of like all gone through. They have like a conch. They have some potions. They're like doing some unethical magic.
Oh my god! I shut that down. The unethical magic. I'm like, not here. Nah, not while I'm here. Go home.
We're about to wake the teachers up, so scatter if you're doing something you're not supposed to.
Undo all your curses. You gotta leave now.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Did Christine ever get the groundskeeper?
No, the groundskeeper is the troll guard. So she kind of
I assume there were two.
No, it's just troll guard. It's a very small school.
Hard work to do.
Yeah, but like, she didn't even try. Did she just like leave?
I'm sure.
Like, if you point at someone and say, "Go call 911," and they just don't, like, so yeah, headmistress first. I'll just like pour a little bit in her mouth.
Okay,
From a
so
water bottle. It's like a drip. It's like a one of the tops. So just like I squeeze a little bit.
See, I'm picturing you got like a squeeze knot, like from the
like a spray bottle.
Yeah. Because my character wouldn't know what that is, but you would.
Oh, I definitely. No, I have like an eyedropper. No, I don't have an eyedropper. I just have like a sports water bottle, so I just like squeeze it.
Yeah, all right.
It's a full-on Gatorade bottle. It's like fully branded.
No, we'll get in trouble on Twitch.
Okay, so you squirt the potion into the headmistress' mouth, and the rock cracks around her, and she is revealed, and she kind of like stretches, and she goes, "Oh, thank you. What? I wonder who did that to us."
Who is reacting right now?
I'm so sorry.
Headmistress Thornton is reacting. She
Thornton.
is like,
Oh no! Sorry. Who in the room is hiding their fingers and making themselves hiding, like kind of shrinking back? Is there anybody maybe with red hair?
None of the students in the Great Hall.
We should have checked for that before announcing that we were going to fix the teachers. Now that I think about it.
if you did the crime, run away.
Yeah.
She kind of like shirks her shoulders back, and she goes, "Thank you for restoring me, and I'm sure you'll restore the other teachers as well. That'll be 100 points for your house."
We're in different houses.
100. We just saved.
I mean, exchange student, like not in house.
She goes, "Well, I'm sure we can come up with something for you."
Okay.
As I'm like delivering the cure to the other teachers, I'm like, that's another thing. Like, points seem so arbitrary. That's such a weird way to like, why combine academic and athletic achievement along with just like people causing trouble?
I mean, have you heard of gamification theory? It's really solid.
I get the gamification, but I feel like
wizard.
You must form the whole wizard.
You know.
Look, all I'm saying is that after being exposed to like the internet and like how mundane people operate, I just feel like there's a lot more inherent logic that we could be tapping into. As I'm just like slowly delivering.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably go fix Matthew.
Okay, yeah, so all the other teachers are released. They're all very thankful for you. And then lastly, you do Matthew. He is relieved, but he's kind of almost like he's checking on the Professor Nightshade way before Matthew's hair is brown. He's checking on Professor Nightshade. He's checking her. Be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
That's so weird. Why is he like
Anthony
this?
goes up to Matthew and says, "Hey, I just want to apologize. I stole your diary. I wanted to give it back. I only read like 2 pages today. Also, he picks up like a goblet of like prune juice. I'm like, you might want to drink this and maybe get a strainer. Because I kind of want Zagreus back soon. I kind of miss him.
Did he never come out of the?
How am I supposed to get him out? I asked, and he didn't do anything, and then he had to go.
No, I assumed that you got the snake out.
That's a great assumption that you made that canonically happen. I don't think. Listen, Matthew, you're gonna be okay.
Matthew looks horrified.
I love how this is also not Anthony's first time instructing somebody how to get his pet snake out of their bowels. He's like, strainer a little bit of time. Like, don't worry about it.
It's a good cleanser. It's like a juice cleanse, honestly.
You can lose some weight. Oh, great.
I apologize.
You've never had an enema until you've had a total reverse enema.
I'm more concerned about the animal, honestly.
No, Zagreus has been through worse. He fought out of hell.
Oh man.
Cheers to that.
That's hell with 1 L, so it's not a case.
Okay, so the teachers and Matthew are all restored to their form. They thank you all they're like, these 4 students are exemplary. They went out of their way to restore us. They used their knowledge, their library skills, their fitness skills. They used their potion making skills. And Professor Nightshade kind of goes, "You guys are definitely getting A's for the semester." And so she goes like that, and she goes, "These students are the exemplary students, the golden standard for students."
I start like shrinking away. Like this is the exact opposite of what I wanted.
I'm with Joshua on this one.
So how many students go to the Arcane Academy?
Around 250. It's a pretty small school.
Okay, given the number of general redheads in the population and the fact that Anthony is here with us, there can't be that many more options.
Like 9 tops.
You don't see anyone. You actually do see one person, but she's a girl. In the room, she's long red hair.
Who is her brother?
I was gonna say, so like, yeah, no.
The unicorn said it was a boy. Never mind. I was just
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go to the headmistress Thornton, and go. So, Harold said that it was a redheaded boy who came to the forest to look for ingredients for the potion. Also, how did you drink? Like, what happened? The potion was very clearly in the faculty lounge, but how did it get in you guys?
She goes, "Oh, well, we received a gift basket. If you had read the note, it said, 'Don't take this night for granted.'"
That's awful.
And it was
I'm gonna step out of character. Laura, did you do this whole thing for that one joke? Laura.
That was a joke. What did Laura say?
Happy Halloween. Don't take this night for granted.
Hearing it a second time did not help.
Nice.
She goes, "It actually smelled quite sweet. It had like a little note. It said it was from the Scholarly Sorcery School for Serious Scholars."
That didn't come off as suspicious?
I mean, is that a real thing?
It is a real school. It is their rival school. I don't know why they didn't find it suspicious.
Those are all snakes.
But wait a minute. If it was the apples, then how come Anthony didn't get affected?
Was the apples and the drink together?
Ah.
It's being petrified. It's a racial trait.
You must unassumingly eat weird apple and drink
And also
horrible
drink.
smelling liquid.
Yeah, no, like Professor, I'm seriously concerned
Again,
about the level of security in this school.
Does magic make you lose sense of taste as you get older?
She goes,
They all have wizard COVID.
She goes, well, it tasted and smelled quite sweet normally, and I believe the apples are just regular apples, but they are purple apples, which is odd. Perhaps a new breed
That's
of
not
apples?
regular. What is wrong with you people?
Blue apples normal, purple apples not normal.
Okay, yeah, so she said it came from the scholarly sorcery school for serious scholars.
All right, so either it was a weird prank or
No, I don't think this was a weird prank. Someone book from our restricted library, or has another copy of said restricted book, made this potion, like, to permanently kill people. Like,
But why do it like this? This seems like a really roundabout way to like kill someone.
I mean, have you seen our society?
Oh, you're so right. Okay.
Ancient magical pact, you must give someone at least 5 hours to fall first.
Stabbing anymore. Like, come on, guys.
I'd like to one of my questions, one of the trope questions is like, who doesn't like you? And it's definitely the history of magic professor. Because I just keep raising my hand and going, but why would you do this?
Why did we create a pact that if an ancient evil wants to take over the world, they have to do it in the last quarter of every school year in order to culminate? Like, why is that an agreement that we made in the basic pact?
I don't want to show my age.
Contracts.
People just stab each other anymore. Come on.
Why can we teleport things across the planet and yet our message delivery system is the slowest bird alive?
A third thing I don't like about generic wizard worlds.
As you are saying this, you hear the doors being smacked on, and the troll guard comes running into the Great Hall, and he goes, "We got him! We got him! We got him!"
Oh, I thought he was gonna say there's a troll.
I thought he was going to say there's a human in the dungeon.
Human in the attic.
He's like, as we were walking back from the Unicorn Herald, I noticed that there was footprints going into the forest, and it led to the School of Sorcery, but there was a student tied up over there, and so I just ran over here.
Wait, so it's just like on the other side of the dark forest is the School of Sorcery.
This is like Metropolis and Gotham, it's across the river or something.
Yeah, that is way better than them being like in another part of Europe. It is phenomenally better than that.
Literally across the street.
We fight over the dark forest, like, honestly.
It's our turf. Rolling with spray. I teach wizarding students about spray paint.
This is why we're friends,
You
Josh.
just laser into the walls. Why do you need spray paint?
So as he says that, he kind of like reaches behind his back and kind of like pulls out the red-headed child that is wearing scholarly. What is the name of this school? Scholarly Sorcery School for Serious Scholars robes. They are your robes are black. The robes are onyx. It's different.
Okay.
And he kind of pulls him up, and he goes, "I think this might have been the culprit who has been causing you problems."
It was a weird prank. Why? You know what?
And you caught him and tied him up?
No, he was already tied up. He also was not wearing his cloak. I put his cloak back
That's
on.
what he did himself. He's like,
Oh, so it was somebody else.
do the time.
Are his hands
So
glowing?
he's a prankster.
His hands are
who's
very much glowing.
into weird stuff.
Wait. So somebody caught him. So this was the person who made the potion.
Or at least drop the potion off. I don't know if they made it.
I would like
Oh,
to
this is
cast
great.
a spell to try and see if spells have been cast on this child.
Okay, yeah. Let's see what that would be. It'd be revealing information. That would be brawn. No, Brain.
Brain.
Excuse me, wouldn't that spell detect itself and therefore be...
Oh no.
You mean in the wizarding school where we're constantly casting spells on each other to test out our abilities?
I am going to, since we're coming to the end, I am once again going to use the gifted ability and reroll my d20.
Oh yeah, remember adversity tokens, guys?
Yeah.
No!
Those things are great. What do they do?
I
don't
am once
remember.
again asking for your adversity
Right,
token
no,
support.
Apparently.
Good thing I have 3 of them.
We all do. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, roll 20 out. Wow.
Yeah, you very much. You see
R.I.P.
so many spells. There's. Just...
I'd like to complain. I'd like to file a formal complaint to roll 20. That is a 1 in 8,000 chance.
Hegel looks at his form, looks at Joshua's form, and realizes he's casting the spell completely wrong.
I've got my wand backwards. Just like, why isn't it working?
He's casting the spell on himself repeatedly.
Could I use fight to cast like a zone of truth on said child?
Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
Zone of truth.
Are you me? How much does this child look like Anthony Bourdain Jr.?
Nothing else for strength to
He looks sort of like Anthony Bourdain Jr., but a little bit different. Just like slightly different hair color and like flat freckles. Almost like a dark mirror universe.
I was about to say it's Anthony Bourdain Jr. from Earth 2.
I rolled a 3 on my d20.
No! Stop it!
That's 4 rolls in a row on 2 different people. Now we've gotten 3s.
1 in
You also rolled a 3 on your.
I also rolled a 3 on the d4 also.
I rolled a 4 on my d4, so my total was 7. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, it is technically more than his. Yeah, so as with the zone of truth though, you kind of like create a little zone of truth, but he kind of gets really scared, and so he just tells you anyway. He's like, listen, I needed it for my initiation into the fraternity, into the common room. I needed to cast a prank on the other professors. I did not realize I took the other spell that was the unstoppable curse. Oops.
Oops, indeed. Yes.
It happens, man. Don't worry about it.
All right, but then who tied you up?
My fraternity mates.
Wow.
Whose names are...
See, this is another thing where, like, wizards are wrong, except I'm pretty sure that mundane people's fraternities are just as bad.
I would believe you on that. I mean, I don't have experience, but I feel like you'd be right.
Like, I mean, just based on my studies, just...
I feel like maybe the whole system is corrupted. We should just take it down and reform it.
I like what you're saying, Anthony.
I'm a simple man. I just want to work with wood.
Fair.
Listen, I've never been to the library before. I'm a poli-sci major. What can I say?
Okay, so the headmistress walks up to the boy and she goes, "What is your name?" He's like, Spencer Bourdain. And he goes, "We will be having a discussion with your parents about using unstoppable curses on other professors, and I will be calling your headmaster. But for now, well, Trollguard, just put him in the dungeon for just a little bit, just until I can call his parents."
There's a kid in the dungeon.
Just so you know, his dad is in Taiwan right now doing a cooking show, so he will he may not be able to pick up the owl.
Is that your brother or something?
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first, but then when he said his last name, I was like, yeah, that's my brother.
Have you not met your brother before?
No, I met him before, but I don't know. I thought it was me for a while.
Okay, I understand.
He said his first name. I was like, that's not my first name.
No, not at all. Okay.
So I was like, must be my brother.
Okay, she sends him to the dungeon for the evening. She greets you guys, and she goes, "All of you, thank you so much for your help, and you have truly saved Halloween at Arcane Academy, and I will be granting you all A's for the rest of the semester, even if they're not warranted.
It's AAA.
Sure.
You take 3 classes?
No, in Academy A.
It's true meritocracy.
No, he's my dog.
Thank you, Professor. And then I immediately dip to go to that after party.
Yeah.
Yeah, the after
I
party is
wasn't
also
invited.
raging at the common room. They've moved from the main hall after they got stoned, and then they moved over there, and then they got stoned.
Heck yeah.
Hey, you got any more of that ambrosia? It smelled really good.
She goes, "Wine? You're not allowed to have wine. You're a child."
It's ambrosia. Or like the stuff that was in the basket. It was all gone, so I couldn't have any.
That was the unkillable potion.
Oh, then the wine that I drank earlier.
Okay, and she goes, "We'll discuss this later." And so, and then she goes, "Okay, that's it for this Halloween." And I just want to thank everyone for playing. I hope you guys had fun.
This was so much fun. Thank you so much for running.
I had a blast. This was a lot of fun.
Right.
Great for Halloween.
So much.
Take care. Everyone, happy Halloween.
Happy
Happy Halloween from
Out there.
Mastermind GMs.
Stay safe out there.
Bye.